So every student will have their result, and that is why the ministry is able to ascertain those who were registered from the beginning and those who are not registered from the beginning.
And as a zonal director now, you are sure everybody who wrote that examination has his record uploaded onto the platform?
Yes, the record has to be uploaded by all means. Even if you don't register at first, you from the beginning you send your name through the principal. We require the principals to send information of those students who are not registered earlier, which might be as a result of one thing or the other from the beginning. You know, parents sometimes you ask many, what happened? You say, my father didn't want me to register in time, this, and then we don't want dropout. So every JS3 student in our public schools must write the exam. So they wrote the exams. The scripts are marked and results are kept intact.
Okay, thank you so much. Dr. Taslim, you are the quality assurance and standard agency in Kagara. We know that Kagara been one of the problematic areas, especially in terms of security. How were you able to, in the first place, conduct the examination and then even source for the students, looking at the fact that that environment has not been stable for quite some time?
Good morning, Lights. Thank you, Dr. Yes, as you could recollect that last time that you were here, you had similar questions concerning the challenges that we have the security issues. But as with Alhamdulillah, thank Allah, who has granted the ministry the wisdom on how we can go about these issues. Yes, the exams were conducted successfully, and every person, just as the director Nina said, there are schools that are still even functioning. Some were used primary schools within the urban area that are problem-free. So we use those ones as centers for schools. So we thank God. Part of the things that is even more significant here is that unlike before, this time the ministry in its right wisdom use supervisors. Supervisors were employed to supervise those schools, just to ensure the credibility of the exams. And we monitor those exams, and we thank God that everything went smooth.
And the records were properly kept.
The records were properly kept from the zona to the headquarters. And even after the marking, the scripts were vetted and certified to be okay. And thank God, as the director and measurement said, the result is ready for parents and students to access.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Taslim Kola Oladimeji. Okay, we also have the Alhaji Ahmed Ibrahim Poiko. You are the chairman of the chairman of the examination committee. Throughout the conduct of the examinations, probably since you are the chairman of the committee, what were those areas of strength and probably some of the challenges that you have seen which are likely to be addressed in subsequent examinations?
All right, thank you. Good morning, Nigerite. Frankly, this forum is the best forum for us to express ourselves, and of course for us to come together to try to discuss issues as this. The examination was conducted successfully, and we through the period of examination as well, there were some challenges, but frankly, like the director said, of course, the director quality zonal officer said, where we had a subcommittee, standby subcommittee, along with the printer, was with the printer where we have a problem, and the questions were immediately made available. Of course, we had problem of, just like it was enumerated, the issue of this restriction and schools that their students were not really registered. So those were, that kind of problem really actually came in, but they were addressed immediately, because we wanted every student to write that exam as far as we are interested. So we had challenges of extreme areas, especially this Aguara site. But we were grateful that police were there, and the team of security officers were there that protected our supervisors to go in there for the examination. So these were seemingly most of the problems that we have. Frankly, we appreciate the ministry for giving us even the chance for us to serve. But then, you know, it's wisdom. All we put ourselves together, especially with this team of people that we have. I want to appreciate them. Frankly, they did well. In fact, at a time when we had one issue or the other, we would call ourselves together and we'll resolve them. So just as the exam was successful, it was having some challenges, but the challenges were they were curtailed immediately as they come. So frankly, it was successful, and we really had a swell time through.
Okay, mashallah. Okay, thank you so much, Malam Ahmed Ibrahim Peko. Alaji Garba Asab, now you have said the results were released yesterday.
Yes, doctor.
And how can a parent, for example, access the result of his ward? Or could this result be placed in schools, looking at the fact that not all parents may have access to internet, for example?
Thank you very much, doctor. This is a very germane question that need to be attended to, and I think it's one of the more pressing issue that I may need to be at the other program to speak in Hausa, and to let people understand how we can be able to assess this result. Like we said, we try by all means to digitize our process in order to protect the interests of the parent, in order to reduce the suffering and the hardship they incur during collection of this admission letter. We said the admission is free, everything is free except the PTA that was asked to be charged. Now, anybody that want to assess this result for his own child, they have deployed all these results to the zonal offices via their website, via their email addresses. Now, we ask them to print and paste it in the office. This morning they will be sending to all the education secretaries so that they print the number, the name of those students that were successful. When you see the name, that does not mean you can just go to the school and collect the admission letter. No. You get the name, you get the index number that is given to your child. Now you can use your handset. You use your handset, you use the same process. We have sent the process. Then when you enter the index number of your student or your child, you enter one of his name, the information will appear. Then from there, either you print or you share screen, then you ask somebody to print it for you, then you take it to the school. One interesting thing in this admission letter, every guidelines, what you are expected to carry to the school is there. And we also advise parents that this is what you're supposed to do. Don't do this. Whoever asks you to do that, then you know you have to report that school. We're not saying that we want to stop admission. This system we brought in will increase the number of people that have confidence in our schools, thereby increase the enrollment of our children into our public schools. The guideline for that, one, you have to visit the official website of the ministry.
Okay.
The official website, whoever is listening to me now can go to this website, NS dash, let me use that simple something, dash, testpeer.com. Let me spell it. NS, which is Niger State, in small letter NS, dash MOBSE, that is Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, small letters. Then Testpeer is TESPIRE.com. When you open that, when you go to that site, it will ask you, then you click on service. Click on service, then click on check admission status. Then you select the category. If it is JSS1 or SS1, you select. Then enter your index number, which you have already seen the index number either at the board, either at the zonal office or the education secretary has given you the index number of your own child. Then when you enter your index number, then enter one of your name, one of the child name you enter. If it is Suleiman Abdullahi, you either enter Suleiman or you enter Abdullahi. Once you enter that, then you click on proceed. Then you say view, then you click on view your admission letter and print. The name of this, once you enter, you now look at it, then you now print. I want to add one thing here. This admission letter is supposed to come with the passport. But for that of JSS1 will not be coming with the passport because we don't have their record when they are in primary 6 with their passport so that we can upload. But going forward, once you enter SS primary 6, we'll give you a form to fill where your picture will be there. And like we said, the system will start from JSS1. So once it starts from JSS1, we have the record, we just be upgrading. We don't need to ask you for anything further again. Then when you print your admission letter, it is not the first page, that is another page. That page is the guidelines. And that is the only thing you take to the school. No school, nobody should ask you that, give me money for admission. If you go to any school to seek for admission and you pay money, it's
between you and the school.
It's between you and the school, and you are not going to get the admission.
Exactly.
Now, I have one thing I want to add here. People think that some franchise some pupils from getting admission. No. All the pupils of primary 6, we have their record submitted to us by the education secretary of each of the local government. Now, interestingly, if your child is in Lima Primary School and eventually you move to Tunga, you want your child to go to Tunga, you don't supposed to come for admission again. You wait, when you print that admission, you now come for transfer. And this is another challenge we have.
They go to the ministry?
No, they go to the school. The school will now make up a case, compile the list, go through the system, send to us that these are the people that seek transfer from social school to our school. Now we'll now sit and look at it. Okay, that school they have 30 students. Is the class okay for them? We want to ensure that whatever we are doing, there should be uniform stuff in our schools. So now, when you seek for transfer, then we grant the transfer, we send it to you, you go and print and take it to the school you want to go to. Now another issue, like I said, we have delay in most of this thing. When we are doing the upload of that of JS primary, we realize that there are some duplications. Because we print, after giving them the number, we realize that some number are bouncing back. Because it's the same name, the same information, the same school. So we have to filter all those things. So doctor, that is the portal, and whoever have an issue, we apologize for the delay, but it wasn't our making. Like when I came the other time, I said at least highest second week of resumption will release our result.
Exactly.
But with those challenges we foresee, and it is not something you keep going to people telling this is our problem, this is our problem, but we are assuring Nigerite the end result of what we are doing today or what we have done everybody will appreciate it, and we are at least 60% of getting it right in the education system as far as examination is concerned.
Okay, my major concern here now is the issue of neighborhood schooling.
Yes.
Many of the pupils who may be graduating from primary school to secondary school now may wish to attend school that is that have proximity to their residences. I wouldn't know if the ministry is the one doing the placement of admission for these pupils.
Okay, like I said, we collect this information from the education secretaries, and it is stated right at the process of sending the admission. You send the list of Limawa pupils with their catchment area. Catchment area in the sense that you can't take somebody from Limawa to Tunga, but they have a school closer by.
Yes, exactly.
It is expected going forward, I want to believe Niger State is going to be like that, that you start your primary 1 up to JSS 3 in that same school. But we are not there yet, but I know some schools, we have even told the ESs that if you have a school that have that number of classes, you can accommodate, they can start their JSS 1 there. All you need to tell us, we are placing them in their school because they have the facilities.
Exactly.
So that neighbor school is there. Nobody will take a student out of where he is unless requested by the parent.
That is good.
Unless that is a request coming from the parent. Another thing I want to say here is this. Parents should feel free. Anytime you so wish that your child, you want him to be somewhere else, don't bother yourself going to seek for admission. As long as you have the admission letter you print, you only seek for transfer. And why do we say seek for transfer? When we remove a student from this school, we are taking it to other school, we add +1 there, -1, in case we are sending some things to that school.
Exactly. So
it's not like before.
In case a parent is seeking for transfer, from whom will he seek the transfer? From the school the child is living, or from the school the child is going to?
No, from the school the child is living, he seek for transfer.
Okay.
Then he notify the ministry. The ministry now will contact the school we are sending the child to.
If there's a placement.
If there is a space for that child to be in that school. Do you know what we are sending? At times, some people, you send them to a school, they will transfer themselves to another state. We won't be able to know that until we write exam, first exam, second exam, third exam. Then we'll be able to know there is a vacant in that school. But this time around, it is the principal or the headmaster of that school that will send to us that, yes, there is a vacant for that student. Then we'll oblige the transfer of that child.
Okay, thank you so much, Alhaji Garba Asab, the Director of Test and Measurement, Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education in Niger State. You can join us on this discussion through the number 09038808883. You can equally send your text messages on our Facebook page on Prestigefm91.7mx to ask questions and to seek for verifications where necessary. And okay, before then, the school livings, okay, we have the first caller. Let's pick him first. Hello, good morning. Hello. Okay, I think I've missed him. We hope you call back again to actually add your voice to this discussion. Okay, we have another caller again. Hello, good morning. Hello. Okay, I've missed him. Okay, all along, you discover that in secondary school, for example, those from JS3 going to SS1, sometimes there used to be this transfer. You have just, in your explanation, you talk about those who are science inclined, those who are arts, those who are commercial, and for a student who is art inclined cannot be sent to a technical school and things like that. Is the ministry transferring some of these students to some other schools?
Like I said, most of these schools are the boarding science schools, most of them. Once you did the BHE examination, and we happen to see where you are okay, in most of our schools you find out that it is only in technical schools that we not see other subjects. You see that our school are called science, those of science, those only arts, commercial, in the same school. So when we observe that, we send you and say, this is what we are placing you for. as a science student, as an art student, as a commercial student.
So within this conventionality, since there are some secondary schools that are conventional, why don't the ministry simply place them in science classes, for example, instead of transferring them to a whole new school,
No,
maybe where the parents may not be prepared for?
We are not transferring, like I told you. Even that of the SS1 placement is based on where based on their catchment schools.
Okay.
We are not moving there anywhere.
It's within the catchment
Within
area.
the catchment area. Then in the catchment area, that is what I'm telling you. There are some schools you find out that this school are offering science and art. There are schools just pure art. So look at that and move the student there, which we have already done that. So we are not leaving anything undone unless the school itself has the liberty to look at the child and do what is expected, because we follow the exam they wrote, and we believe that we have done what we're supposed to do in the exam they wrote, and we believe their performance is what we measure. Now it is for the school to order test and see, will this child be fit in the science classes we send him to or no? Then we'll now have, that is why we have the guidance and counselors in our schools. They will have some interaction with the student, feel their mind what they can do, what they can offer.
Okay, thank you so much. We have a caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Dr. Dankala.
Morning, sir.
This is Abdullah Galadim Afuka.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Sorry, I may be not directly...
Your number one station.
There are three secondary schools
on the topic.
There are three secondary schools in Fuka, Dandaudu, Gaza, and Guinea. And unfortunately, before that school was created, the community were paying the security men. And unfortunately, later they were given permanent pensionable appointment. But unfortunately, the principal in Fuka then was not coming to school as when due, and the whole community complained to the ministry. He decided to victimize the two security men. He did not spend almost 5 years without salary. He planned with some of the officials in secondary education board that up till now, the fact are not even the thing where it was ordered that their salary should stop. I've been going up and down about it, but no avail. So I know Director Test and Measurement, he assisted me when I was looking for these secondary schools. So please, I would like him to see PAMSEC, Minister of Education, on this issue, because they are planning to go to court.
Okay, thank you so much. Even though this is not directly what we are discussing, but again, maybe you can just take that as a note, and you can address that when you go to the ministry. We have some messages here. Abubakar Siddiq Haruna Kijipta is wishing us well, and then Jafar Ibrahim Bendiga is saying good morning to your esteemed guest in the studio. I hope you are all doing well. Regarding the pressing issue of JS1 and SS3 students' delayed resumption, several concerns arise: loss of valuable instructional time, disruption in academic continuity, potential impact on students' overall performance. And then to address this, I suggest that urgent meetings with education stakeholders, identification and resolution of underlying causes, implementation of measures to prevent future occurrences. And thank you so much, Jafar Ibrahim Bendiga, after highlighting the issues, and then he also offers suggestions. Then Comrade Abdullahi D. Habib, Abdul Mutallab D. Habib, is saying, okay, I must continue to commend you and your crew members on your rhetoric and rhetoric process, your comparative analysis to every day by day as the events unfold in both local and international cannot be overemphasized. May Allah continue to replenish your life with good health. Okay, thank you so much. I think this is to me directly. Thank you so much. Sani Baban Sani is also wishing us well. And then Jafar Ibrahim Bendiga has posed some rhetoric questions here. He said, what are the primary reasons behind the delayed resumption of JS1 and JS3? I think the director have explained that. How will the affected student catch up on lost academic time? And then what strategies can schools implement to mitigate the impact of future delays? And then, are there any place for supplementary classes or extra support for affected students? And how will authorities ensure accountability and address systemic issues leading to these delays? And I think one of the major takeaways here is how can the student catch up for the delayed time?
Thank you very much for Jafar Bindiga for such question. Like we said, going forward, this will never happen again. But we have discussed with most of the principals on this. This is first time. Let me shock you. I said I have given even the school the authority to x-ray these students and see. The principals, some of these principals have promised that they will create an extra class for those that couldn't catch up for a week or two, so that they can groom them very well. Because I want to sympathize with the parents and our teachers and the students themselves. Most of these schools, when you go in there, you find out that they are overcrowded, they are this, they are that. But we are making measures to ensure that it's not that has.
Because as it is now, before they settle down, the term will be over probably.
Yeah, we know. That's why I said the principals have agreed with us. We have discussed with. We have been having meeting with the principal at the zonal level at all the zones. I think I was in Bida. Somebody was in Mina, somebody was in Kwantagora. We discussed all these things with them. They can bear us witness.
Okay, let's take the last call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Please, I want to remind the director that all along, we have been talking of schools in Minna. What about schools in rural areas where they don't have access to all these things they are saying? They have, how would the parents go to reach out to create the admission and all that things they are saying? And about 70% of schools are in rural areas.
Okay. Is that all?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir, for reminding me. And I appreciate that you give me the opportunity to make some clarification here. Like I said, we are already digital. And all these students have been uploaded by the schools themselves. So, when we just, like, you can use your hands and Android phone for those that have one, and we are sending this thing to local government, the education secretary, where those schools are. Printing of the admission letter is to protect and safeguard parents from the different journey instruction you see coming from different schools with different charges. Those charges have been removed from the journey instruction. So, like, I think it is possible for you to say, okay, you have somebody maybe in Gurara there, or in Nibusa, people living in Lumasanke, you have somebody in the headquarters, he can print and send it to you. But you can also view the admission letter of your child on your phone.
Provided you have his index
Provided
number.
you have the index number, which the index number you go and see it in the schools where they are supposed to be. That's why we are sending it to local government. The ESCs. The ESCs will now give it to the headmasters of their schools. Then you'll be able to see the index number of your one child.
So the list will be placed in the schools?
Yes, that is what we said.
For both JS3
and SS.
And for SS1 and JS1.
JS1.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay,
I want to say one thing here. We have the exchange schools, please. Maybe I will.
Very briefly.
Very brief. We have the exchange school which cut across the 18 northern states. And on Saturday, we are going to all the 25 local governments. It's not like the way it used to be before. All of them will come to me now. No. We are going to all the 25 local governments to conduct that small exercise in order to fish out those that will be representing the state in other states. So whosoever hear us here, everybody that wants his child to go to exchange school should get him ready. By Saturday, will be coming. The ESCs will now select. It's selection exam. The ESCs will select. In every local government, we are selecting 100. Then the 100 will conduct small exam for them to be able to pick those that will represent the states.
So the examination will be conducted at the local government
at local government headquarters.
Local government headquarters.
Any of the school, any of the place they give us that is say we'll conduct the exam there, not asking them to come to Mina. We want to make so many things easy for parents. So they should bear with us, please.
Okay, thank you so much. Alhaji Garba Asab Abdullahi, the Director of Test and Measurement, and Mohammed Yaman Daban, the Director to Quality Assurance MENA, as well as Dr. Taslim Kola Oladimeji, the Director Zonal Quality Assurance and Standard Agency in Kagara, and also Malam Ahmed Ibrahim Paiko, the Chairman Examinations Committee. We sincerely appreciate your presence. I'm afraid our time is fast spent. Maybe when other issues come up again, we still have to invite you so that we seek for clarifications. There is a need to maintain a consistent and sustained public discussions on issues like this, because they are very important. When you don't discuss, you leave a vacuum, and I'm sure the public is well enlightened today, and parents will simply go to their various wards to check the index number and subsequently go to the website to check for the status of their children. We appreciate all those who have made their calls and those who send in their text messages. And on behalf of all of them, Stephen Jia brought us live on our Facebook page, and Ahmed Issa Saki has been the DC on duty. And on behalf of him and everybody, my name is Mohammed Antila Ali, hoping that you continue to remain good citizens of Nigeria. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.